Hello, hello, hello. It's Attorney Mike Evan coming to you from an undisclosed location. I was put onto this by Brecken. This is Brecken from Michigan's fault. This is not Alyssa's fault. This is a follow-up to a video I did called, what? Insufferable Karen wants a house, wants stuff, or something like that. The Insufferable Karen is back, and she's insufferable as ever. I missed it, and I need to give credit where credit's due here. It's a channel called Court Watchers. They caught it. I didn't. I'm using their clip. I put a link in the description to their video. I haven't yet, but I will put a link in the description to my prior video. It's a real barn burner. It is quite something. I've seen about 30 seconds of this, and she was already screeching. I thought, screw it, let's do this thing. Let's do it. I know it's good already. It's not very long. This is more along the quickie variety, but we're going to get it done. I need an update. I need to know what Karen's up to. There's lots of discussion in the comments from the last video, so I need to know where she's at. Let's get this thing started, shall we?
Why?
So,
ma'am,
yes, I understand that. They barred me from the house.
Stop, ma'am.
He won't give me all the rest of my stuff. I have about $16,000 worth of purses and jewelry in that house.
Michael Maddox versus Ashley Maddox.
Court will note the appearance of Mr. Todd on behalf of the plaintiff. This matter is before the court on the plaintiff's amended motion to show cause and for contempt. Mr. Todd.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, as the court is aware, there was a trial in this matter. The court ordered that parenting time would start November 1st. The judgment indicated that parenting time would take place, in essence, on a week-on, week-off basis. Additionally, Mr. Maddox was entitled to 2 firearms, and Miss Maddox was going to retain the Ford Explorer and hold Mr. Maddox harmless for payments on that vehicle. Unfortunately, at this point, my client.
Okay, they're referring to the hearing that I did a video of previously. Again, I'll put a link to it in the description when I'm done.
Client has tried to facilitate pickup and drop-offs and has been refused. One of the minor children, the son, actually walked to my client's home. So he missed 1 week of parenting time with his son and 2 weeks of parenting time with his daughter. So a total of 14 days with his daughter and 7 days with his son. Additionally, the defendant has failed to pay anything for the Ford Explorer, and we checked on this today, and no payment has been made to date. Lastly, my client was able to pick up 1 firearm, the Smith & Wesson. However, the Colt firearm has still not been retrieved. The safe was actually open at the time of the eviction, so we know that Miss Maddox had access to that firearm. So we are respectfully requesting the court hold defendant in contempt, require her to promptly exchange the children and facilitate the week-on, week-off parenting time. Give my client the Colt firearm.
Oh, good Lord. She's getting into it with the hair again.
And we're requesting 7 days of makeup parenting time for his son, 14 days of makeup parenting time for his daughter to be used at his discretion. Additionally, we are respectfully requesting the court require prompt payment for the vehicle within 1 week. And in the event that the payment is not paid for that vehicle, that vehicle would be sold. And we are respectfully requesting attorney fees for filing this motion.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Maddox, what's your response? You're muted, ma'am. You'll have to unmute.
Hi, Your Honor. Okay.
Hi.
So the day after court, I got a 24-hour notice to get off of the property. I had messaged his mother and asked her if she would give us until the 17th when our house would be ready. She said her attorney advised her not to, but good thing the cops weren't coming until Monday to throw all her grandkids' stuff out onto the streets. So I said, all right. And they had come to me on Sunday banging on the door saying, do you want till Wednesday or not? So I answered it. They said that they would give me until Wednesday. They said, are you going to have everything out? I said, probably not.
Okay, ma'am, hold on. This is a different issue. We're looking at why.
No.
Ma'am,
Yes, I understand
ma'am,
that. They barred me from the house.
stop, ma'am. There are issues before the court are why is he not getting his parenting time? Why has he not gotten the other gun?
Mhm.
And why have you not paid for the vehicle?
Okay, I'm telling you, they barred me from the house, didn't let me get mine and my kids' stuff like the order said, and I had no access to the gun. I wasn't there on November 1st because they barred me from the property. I had no access to anything.
Oh, sweet Jesus. I don't believe any of this. Her felon boyfriend has that gun right now. Sure, I'm sitting here. Oh my God. I can't believe it. I rarely do this. I got into the comments on this one, and 90% of the people saw it the way it was. But there was 10% just defending her because she's a woman. And it was so frustrating. They're like, oh, he's just as bad as her. In what way? I don't know what happens behind closed doors, but he behaved himself in court. What I saw was a court hearing. He behaved himself. She acted like a maniac. And that continues.
Okay, my kids were sitting there helping me move their thing that had gotten ruined and destroyed by their father and his parents being thrown outside and broken into my storage unit. I had no access to the guns or anything. They were inside the house. My daughter, he wrote both of them. He lives with his parents.
The house she was living in until she got evicted. She had access to everything. This is the dumbest argument ever. Oh my God. And that voice, whatever. I'm just happy to hear she got evicted.
They no longer want to go over there to his parents' house because him and his parents did this to them. My son had gone over there last because he thought that I was going to get in trouble in court for them not going. Okay, so I have no firearms to give him. I had no access to the house. He still has not given me and my children all of our belongings from the house. They threw them away. They got a dumpster. So I've had to use my money.
It's on you. There was a court proceeding. You lost the eviction. You knew it was coming. You needed to make arrangements and get your stuff and your children's stuff to wherever it needed to be. It's not their problem.
Money to pay for storage units and moving costs and everything else because of what they had done.
Nobody cares.
Yes, I had not paid on the truck yet. No, I have not, because I had to use my money to do that.
You don't have any money.
Okay, anything else?
My daughter does not wish to go over there. He needs his own house. They kicked me out of that house so he could have it as a home for them. They don't like their grandparents. They think they're very, very weird. They don't want to be in that house. In court, he said they were kicking me out so he could have that house to take care of his children.
I saw his parents. They're sweet people. She is poisoning them. I mean, this is all obvious. This is what happens every day in most of these proceedings. But it's disgusting. We just happen to be focusing on this one because she's entertainingly horrible.
My kids have even asked him, did you get a house yet of your own? Did you move in there yet? People who threw away, destroyed their stuff, broke all of our things, threw their clothes in with food, garbage, old food from the fridge, ruined all their stuff. They don't want to be over there. I'm not going to physically pick them up and put my hands on them to make them go be with somebody who didn't care enough and threw all their stuff in the rain and garbage. I'm not doing that. Of course, I didn't meet him on November 1st at 2:10.
Those are the people that provided you housing for years. They care. You wouldn't leave. They evicted, and you had all the time in the world. Anything you wanted needed to be taken out of there, and you damn well knew it. Anything that got thrown out or whatever is 100% on you.
10 East Chestnut Street. They barred me from the house. When I told the sheriff that your court order had said I get everything on the property that's mine and I can get it, he laughed at me and said, I don't listen to judges' orders. You're going to have to get an attorney. And I said, I already spoke to one. And then he went inside and told my kids' grandfather and father that the court order said that it proceeds over everything. I get my stuff, my kids' stuff. So they barred me from the premises and changed the locks on us. I had it was before November 1st. How was I going to meet him there with the kids? How was I going to meet him there at all? How was I going to give him anything from the house?
Okay. Anything else?
Well, let me see what this is saying.
Okay. Well, it does appear that in this matter, based upon the defendant's response, that she has not provided for the parenting time, so the court will hold her in contempt for failure to comply with the parenting time. The court will order that, again, that the plaintiff is entitled to 14 days of makeup parenting time with the daughter, 7 days with the son.
Sure is.
That those would be made up at a time of his choice, but not over holidays that would be received by the defendant, but at other times, upon 10 days notice to the defendant. The court would order that she turn over the Colt pistol if she has that. If not, we'll have to address that at some later point if she's claiming that she doesn't have that in her possession. The court would
Look at that
award
expression.
attorney fees in this matter. Mr. Todd, what are your fees for this matter?
$920, Your Honor.
Court would award a sum of $920, which will be paid within 60 days of today's date.
Suck
And
it,
the court
Ashley.
would order that she would pay bring the Ford Explorer current within 30 days of today's date.
Yep.
Failing to bring that current, then the court would order that it be sold.
Your Honor, how am I going to do that when he hasn't paid me anything? I have my paperwork to
We'll
show.
address that, ma'am. If he's not paid you something, you have a right to file a motion to enforce his payment. So we'll address that at the time that you file a motion.
Okay, well, what am I supposed to do about my daughter, Your Honor? Because she physically will not go with her dad while he's at his parents' house because they ruined all of her stuff.
Well, I can't address that. I'm just enforcing the order as it stands at this point, and failure.
So I can go in the courthouse right now and go file all of my stuff, right?
You can file your stuff at any time you wish to do so and
Yeah.
file a motion.
Okay, so what? So I file a motion because he won't give me all the rest of my stuff. I have about $16,000 worth of purses and jewelry in that house.
You
Yeah. The judge isn't your attorney. I don't believe you, and I don't
have
care.
to file a motion, ma'am. I have no idea what it is unless I have a motion to
Okay.
read. Okay?
Okay.
That will be the order of the court. Mr. Todd, you can submit it under 7-day notice of entry.
I don't believe she's working. She lives in a house that we own, but she's about to get evicted.
She doesn't have an income. She lives in a house that we own and she has been evicted.
Me and my kids getting evicted so he can move in here.
Wow, there you have it. That last little montage. I hadn't seen the video. That was all Court Watcher stuff. I guess providing context. It's well done. Of course, she doesn't have any money. She doesn't work. She doesn't do anything. She thought she could leave kids' stuff in the house as a way to sort of stay the eviction. It's a, you know, it's sort of a ghetto street stay. In her brain, that's the way it works. Well, that's not how it works in law. I was happy to see the judge not having any of it. He awarded sanctions, the whole thing. She's like, "How am I supposed to pay it?" It's not the judge's problem how you're supposed to pay it. When she said he doesn't, I don't know all this, but she said he isn't paying me anything. At least the last hearing, I don't know all of the context, but the last hearing where they gave the order, he didn't owe her anything. He paid some child support. That's it. I'm sure she doesn't have enough. I'm sure that does go towards existence. It wasn't like some huge amount. It wasn't enough to live on, but it was the child support that he's ordered. So she didn't dispute that he was paying that. So, but he didn't have anything else he had to pay her. I don't think he's withholding money. She's not filing a motion, A, because she's too stupid to know to do it. B, there's no merit. If he owed her, $50,000 or something, an attorney would go down there, no problem, and get it for her. But if she goes and tells this story to an attorney, they're going to say, he doesn't owe you anything. What? I'm not getting involved in this. Oh, good Lord. And then it's weird, like, I don't know. So it's just speculation. My understanding, which could be wrong, I really don't know. My understanding from the last hearing is I think they had one child together and the daughter is from a prior relationship. So, but I could be wrong because she's saying that it's his. I don't know what they mean. It could be his kid by adoption, but I don't know why there seems to be a disconnect with the boy seems to be more his, and then the daughter seems to be like she controls everything with respect to the daughter. But clearly she's just sitting there trash talking him and his parents, who provided everything for her so far. They've got tired and stopped, but now she's going to pull this routine, and that's exactly what needs to happen. She's despicable. She's despicable. She's going to continue to do this and use the kids as weapons. This is what happens all day long in family court. The only reason we're watching is because she's so over the top. In the same sense that Chili's just a bottom feeding thug, just a boring guy who doesn't do much, but he's so over the top and dramatic about it that, well, it's fun to laugh at. She's the version of that, but this is everyday stuff, just poor behavior. The only reason we take notice is because they're dramatic enough for it to be funny. But if you really strip away that, it's just the usual nastiness that you see every day. That's what you got. All right. Well, thank you all for coming out. I will try to find my link. That video was, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago or something, 3 weeks ago, something like that. I don't know. I'll try to find my link to the first video. If this carries on, it may turn into a playlist. I don't think so, though, because she's going to run out of money pretty fast. I mean, she's out of money. She doesn't have any money right now, but I don't know what's going to happen here. She's gonna get herself into a position where she's going to lose custody, which would, maybe the best thing for the kids. I don't know, but that's the next thing for her to lose. She's going to have judgments against her, but she's judgment proof. She doesn't have any income, and her boyfriend's a felon who's leeching off her. So she's in a sinking boat, and she decided to hook up with a heavy rock. In other words, standard low functioning behavior that you see every freaking day all over the country. Well, that's that. All right. I've got some doings transpiring here in this undisclosed location. I got to get back to. Thanks for coming out. I appreciate it. I will see you all soon.